هموم الدهر صبرني.
أرد بالخير يا ربي بالإسلام فقهني وألبسني من التقوى
هموم الدهر صبرني.
أرد بالخير.
Talking about what pronoun is, the classes and the types. And what is a pronoun? What is a pronoun? What is a pronoun? A pronoun is used instead of a noun. Thank you very much. A pronoun is used instead of a noun. Or we can say a pronoun is used to substitute a noun. A pronoun is used instead of a noun. You can use it in three ways. It can be used to substitute a noun. It can be used instead of a noun, and it can be used to replace a noun. What is a noun? A noun is a living word. Let's say, for instance, we have Ahmad X the food. In this sentence, who can identify the nouns we have in this sentence? Ahmad. Let's say, for instance, we underline the noun, which is Ahmad. I want to replace Ahmad. What are we going to use to replace Ahmad? It's a pronoun, and we are going to use he. He ate the food. The food is also a noun. We can use a pronoun to replace it. We can have he ate the food or he ate it. We replace the food now in this sentence to substitute it. And if we are talking about pronouns, we use it to substitute. The majority of you may not know the meaning of a substitute. To replace. We want to remove something and replace it with another word. So then we use a pronoun. So that is a pronoun. And there are many ways in which, there are many forms in which a pronoun can be transformed. If we are talking about, we have number. We have number. Is it one person? Or is it two? Or there are many? There are many pronouns in which we can use. Let's say, for instance, you have he, she, it, or we, they, them. All these categories of nouns, they can be used to replace a particular, depends on the number of nouns you have. In this sentence that we have Ahmad ate the food, we have only one person, and that is number. We have number. We use, take any singular noun. It can be singular or plural. We have a noun that is singular, and you want to replace it with a pronoun, then you use a pronoun that is singular. We have he, she, and it. All these, they are singular. What do you mean by singular? A singular, it means one, or one thing, or one object. But if it is plural, that means it is more than one. You may have two, you may have three, or more than two. But when we have Ahmad, which is singular, all these are singular, and we use this word, this pronoun, to replace any plural objects. We have Ahmad had the food. If it is beyond Ahmad had the food, and we have Ahmad and Ahmad, Amuji played football. Ahmad Amuji played football. We want to replace both Ahmad and Muji. This has gone beyond a singular noun. It has gone beyond a singular noun. We have two nouns, and we have to replace them with which pronoun are we going to? They. He played football. they, and that is number. We have the number, we have pronouns that represent singular objects, and we have pronoun that replace a plural object. Part of the pronoun, aside this one, we have you. You, if you are referring to you as a person, it can be plural. You, it can be plural. Aside the number, under pronoun, we have gender. What is gender? Gender is it a male or is it a female? What's up there? So is it a male or a female? So gender or neutral. It may be an object that is neither a male or a female. And under the gender, we have he, his, she, her. Is it a male gender or a female gender? A male gender, what do we call a male gender? Masculine or masculinity for a male gender. And you can give me an example of a pronoun we can use for masculinity. E. You cannot say Zainab and use E for her. We use what? She. And you want to talk about emoji, we say E. But the mixture of the two, we say they. You won't say neither he or you say she. You combine it and say they, since they are plural. So that is that about the number. The masculinity, and we have the neuter as well. The neuter, which is it. Remember, I told you that it is possible to have more than one, or let's say it is possible we may not have neither a female or a male. And then we use neuter, which is it or they. They are neuter. Which of them? You cannot say you can neither say okay, so then you use neuter. Masculinity is for male and feminine. Feminine is for female. Feminine is for female. So that is the gender. And then if you are talking about the gender, that is that about the gender. And then person. Am I communicating? Yes. You have explained number. How many are they? Are they one? Are they two? Are they more than two? Or are they more than one? And we are explaining. We have also explained person. Or let's say gender. Gender, male or a female. And the next one is called person. Under person, we have first person, second person, or third person. Under person, under the forms of pronoun. The first one, number, gender. The third one is person. Is it first person? Is it second person? Or third person? The first person is the speaker. As I'm talking to you now, you are listening. Who is the speaker? I. Who are the listeners? You. So the first person is the speaker. So we say I. Pronoun I is person under the first person. The first person, which is the speaker, I'm speaking to you. You are listening to me. We may be talking about someone that is not in the class, and that is the third person. I, first person. Second person is you. Let's say, for instance, I and Mohammed, we are speaking. I'm talking to you. How are you doing? You respond because I'm talking to you. I'm the first speaker. You are listening as the second speaker. And then we may be talking about another person. We may be talking about Sabu. And that person, which pronoun are we going to be using for subgroup? Which pronoun are we going to be using for subgroup? E. E. So E as the third person. We are talking about me, I'm talking, I'm the first person speaking. Speaking with you, and then third person, which is E. It may not be subgroup, it might be another person. Or let's say we are talking, you know, it is possible. I mean, the speaker may be more than one. Which spirit pronoun are we going to use? If the speakers are more than one. Huh? Is it they? We. We is a pronoun. Can be used for the first person. We are here speaking to them. Or let's say we are addressing the classes. We move from one class to another and to another class. We as the addressers, we are the first person. Those we are addressing are second person. We are addressing you. And then those that we are addressing, it may not be only one person. I don't want to use E for Sabu or she for Mubasa. So it has to be a plural, but they are more than one. Which pronoun are we going to use? They. I'm speaking to you, and we are spoken to them. So they or them is also the third person. So do you get that? The first person pronoun, second person pronoun, and then the third person pronoun. It might be singular or it might be plural. So we have I, we, you, and they. As I was saying, what is the duster? Duster is what I'm trying to explain in essence is this. So, under person. First speaker. Yeah, I. Or we. Second speaker. Well, irrespective of talking to you. And then the third speaker. Third person. He. She. They. Them. Under person. For gender, they are they. Masculine, feminine. And then data. So we have he, she, it, and it, or they. Thank you. So the third one is under which area? Which one? Is that? Subjective. Subjective. I'm not talking about subjective. Let's see the cases. One thing about the cases is this. Let's say, for instance, I will go back to the sentence we made. I entered the class. You have how much X? So we are going to go back to the previous class. In the previous class, we talk about nouns. And we talk about the functions of noun. A noun can perform the function of a subject. It can perform the function of an object. What is subject? The doer of an action. Or is it not the doer of an action? The doer of an action. The person that does something. What is called? The receiver is called what? Object. Or objective. So in this sentence, we have noun, two nouns, Ahmad and food. We have replaced Ahmad with E. Haven't we? We have replaced Ahmad with E. And then we replace this one with it. Which one is the subject and which one is the object? Which one is the subject and which one is the object? Ahmad is the subject and food is the object. Because the action is performed on the food. Now for pronoun. There are some pronouns. There are certain pronouns that we use a subject to replace, and we use object to replace it. We have E, Ahmad. Let's say, for instance, I want to change this sentence to the food was eaten by Ahmad. You see the transformation? There's something I want you to get here. The food was eaten by Ahmad. It has the same meaning as with this one. Ahmad had the food. But I don't want to use Ahmad as the subject. I want to change it to the position of the object, so we can replace it with appropriate pronoun. We have the food was eaten by Ahmad. The food was eaten by him. When it was in the position of the subject, we use E. Now that the transformation has happened, we have him. So it is wrong to say the food was eaten by him. It is wrong to say the food was eaten by him, because everything has its own case. So the cases of pronoun we have when the subject, when the noun we want to replace in the position of the subject, we call it subject. When it is in the position of the object, we say objective. So he, subjective, him will be objective. Let's use the female. Let's say Mariam. Mariam, yes. We have the food was eaten by Mariam. The food was eaten by Mariam. Are we going to use him for Mariam as well? No. What are we going to use? So what are we going to use? Ah. So when you are speaking, and the pronoun you are referring to is in the subjective case, you have a particular subject, a particular pronoun to use. But if it is in the position of the object, you use a particular pronoun. So what are the cases? You have the subjective and the objective. I only write the objective and the objective. Pronoun E. If it is objective, which word are we going to use? E. Say in. She. Are. Eat. 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 You. Very good. We use you. We came to school. You came to school. Let's say for instance. You came to school. Listen to this, please, before you move. Some of you are saying, I want you to get you. You came to school. Yesterday. You is in the position of the subject. And I also have another example. Yesterday, the principal beat you for coming late. Where is the object? You. It doesn't change from now till another country. From here to Egypt, or from here to India. So you use you for subject, and we also use you for the object. But for these ones, they change. If it is they, the principal beat them yesterday. Let's say they beat them yesterday. The principal beat them. I'm concerned about this them yesterday. The pronoun them, and this sentence is the active voice. So if you want to change it to passive, let's say I have the principal beat them yesterday. I want to change this day them to day. So it's going to change the position. Objects is over you are having. So I'll change it to change to day. They were beaten. They were beaten yesterday. You can see the transformation, the pronoun, and then we have them. If it is we, what will be the objective case? Us. Us. We got something together. That is we. That is plural. We, subject. If it is the objective case, they give us the God. They give us the God. And then we have I. First person pronoun. First person. I. If I want to say I, and then in the objective case, what do I use?
Me.
I say me. Are we together?
Yes.
Are we communicating?
Yes.
So that is the me. And then which other word? Who. Whom? Who are you? Who are you? That is the objective case. If it is the object, it is whom. Using to who. And then these are the cases. And the other one, under the cases, is possessive. Under the cases, is possessive. The possessive of this. Possessive means ownership or to possess. Ownership. I want to claim that this bag is mine. So, which word am I going to use? I will not say me. Which word am I going to use? I will say mine or mine. If I want to add a noun to it, I will say my bag. But if I don't want to add a noun, I will say mine. Mine. If it is your own, how will you say? Yours. Your bag. If it is her home, you say hers or her bag. If it is his own, you say his. The bag is his. The shoe is hers. The book, the books are theirs. The books are theirs. So that is the possessive case. Should we have a short exercise on this? Let's have a short exercise. So let's do this exercise. Okay. Play them with the pronoun. replace the noun with the pronoun. Where is your question?